There's also some talk about we should not even use the name buyer brokerage agreement. We should call it a buyer representation contract.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Steve, I've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk to you about, and I want to start off with a very timely topic these days. We've been speaking about the last several weeks, but as a result of some of the recent lawsuits and stuff, let's talk about buyer representation. And then now there's a contract it's been there all along. I mean, we call it the buyer broker agreement. It's been there since I've been in business, but very, very few realtors have ever used it. But now we're going to have to use it, right?
Yeah, we're going to have to. Now, remember that settlement is it's
proposed.
It's proposed. I think what I last read was November is when they're supposed to take
I
it
heard
out.
yesterday it's August, but that could be different.
August with the settlement. Well, we'll see about that. But we do know that our local association will probably be implementing policy changes irrespective of what occurs with that final approval.
Right. They're going to try to probably get ahead of it. Yeah. No, the only reason they haven't done it yet is they're not exactly sure what it's going to be yet. So I think they're kind of waiting to see because I guess the Justice Department still has to chime in and say it's okay.
Well, we'll see what happens. Look, I've been in the business in one form or another for 36 years, and buyer brokerage was just coming into being because we, as so-called buyer agents, there was no such thing. We worked for the seller.
Right. Everybody worked for the seller.
Everybody worked for the seller,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Yeah, we're going to have to. There's also some talk about we should not even use the name buyer brokerage agreement. We should call it a buyer representation contract. It's a contract.
Mm-hmm.
And the term representation is more explicit as to what you're doing.
Right.
You know, you're going to be representing them, and I think we need to sell that idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of buyer agents are going to be they're going to be going out of business.
Yeah. They're not embracing it. I hear a lot of people out there just so upset about it, and they're not embracing. I'm embracing it. I think it's wonderful, actually. Myself.
Well, that's one thing in this industry. You better embrace change because it always something's
There's always
changing.
change,
There's
yeah.
always change. I mean, we went through it with the mortgage companies, 10 years ago. All that changed. Now it's the agents, and then I'm pretty sure soon title's going to be the next one on board.
Yeah.
If they don't embrace change, they'll be out of the business.
Indeed.
Okay, and the ones that embrace it sooner. But now, when the fish were jumping into the boat, you didn't have to do anything. So now these buyer agents, if that's all they've been doing, they're going to have to justify why they ought to be compensated.
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to have to up their game. They're going to have to become student of statistics. They're going to have to know about homes on the market, closings. They're going to have to know about mortgage finance. They're going to have to show their negotiating skills. They're going to have to prove their proposition value.
Yep.
Why am I worth it, and why ought you commit to me and me to you?
Yeah.
And they're going to have to put a deal together. I think that's the biggest change that they're going to have to face as a buyer's agent. You don't deal with a lot of numbers sometimes. You rely on the lender. Oh, how much is this going to be? You call title. How much is this going to be? Now they really need to put a deal together as far as how can I structure this? Can I ask for concessions? Can I not?
Right.
Is my offer something that's going to be competitive? I mean, there's a lot of factors that go in, and you're right. It's gonna take some of the more intelligent buyers agents